Hey there, it's Deborah, and here I am at my mother-in-law's house. We were here for Thanksgiving, and we're going to be going home tonight. So I just wanted to do this message for you for the weekly news. First of all, we are finished officially our fundraiser week, but that doesn't mean that doing the non-shows for the fundraiser is over. I count all of the non-shows you're shipping this month, and I have a very, very special goal. This month, I want to hit $400,000. As insane as that number sounds, last year we just missed it by a little bit. So when I go to the president's meeting in January, I want them to announce that Alouette of Oakville, you, the number one team, had their very first $400,000 month. So keep working on your totals and your customer service. You'll also see in this weekly email that I've given you some words to use when you are calling to service people to talk about the bookings and the recruiting. Now, let me just say that you can send out the flyers and you can wait for the orders to come in and you will get some orders. But if you are just doing this for the first year or even the second or third year, you're going to find that you're going to get far, far better results if you call and follow up on people. There's a couple of reasons for this. First and foremost, you need to stand out. Everybody is looking for business from somebody. So if you want to stand out in your customer's mind, then you've got to create a relationship. And just taking that time to make that extra phone call, even leaving the message on the machine that you just don't want them to miss out on it. For instance, here's what I would say if I got the machine. Hey Patricia, it's Deborah calling from Alouette. I just wanted to follow up with you on our BOGO flyer. I'm so excited about it. You know it only comes around once a year and I can't wait for you to take advantage of it. Of course, don't forget, one of the best things that you could do would be to get your family and friends together, even just a few of them, so that when they place their orders for the BOGO, you can get the hostess benefits as well. That could be it. Then you could send out the flyer again in Spell Up Week. Spell Up Week for December is a perfect time to send it out. Let's say you get an order from them by email. By all means, email back, thank you so much for your order. You're going to love these products. Is there anything else that I can do for you? Just that one little phrase that we talked about at the monthly meeting. Is there anything else I can do for you? And then underneath that, say, listen, we are looking to hire in this area. So do you know of anybody that could use an extra $25 to $35 an hour part-time in the new year? How about you? Something else you can say on the phone as well as in your emails is, hey, where do you stand on having a show or a foot show or a spa night or a U+2? Just by making that extra inquiry, like we talked about at the monthly meeting, going that extra step can make all the difference in the world. I remember a few years ago when one of our managers decided that her January was going to be absolutely incredible. So she made a point of no matter how many times she had to do it, she was going to follow up with every single customer. She called every customer 3 times. Now, I don't mean she called them 3 times and got them 3 times, but if she didn't get them the first time, she called again. If she didn't get them again, she called again. If you're sitting there thinking to yourself, well, I don't want to be bugging people, please start thinking like a regular person. Those people took your email, filed it away, or said, I'll get back to it later. And they're not going to remember to get a hold of you. Some people do it right away. Some people forget all about it. So you can even resend those emails and say, just don't want you to forget about it. It only comes around once a year. Of course, the last time you're going to send out the flyer is in Boxing Week. That's when people are in that lull between Christmas and New Year's, and it's a fantastic time to get a hold of people. But here's what she did. She really made a point of getting a hold of people by phone. It was a lot of work, but do you know that just by asking, where do you stand on having a show, the majority of people said, not right now. And she said, well, actually, I didn't mean right now anyway. I'm booked up right now. I'm talking about the new year. I'm talking January. And she had 27 shows booked for January. So I want you to stick your neck out. I want you to step through your fear. The only way to overcome the fear is to do the thing you fear. But what is the worst possible thing that can happen, especially if you're using words like that? Don't forget also to thank them for their business. You know, when you're calling or when you're replying to the email, you can say, listen, thanks so much for being such a loyal customer this year. I'm so proud of our products, and I'm even more proud of my customers, and you are one of my favorite customers. So thank you so much. Always show appreciation. Set yourself apart. You want to be their beauty consultant. Okay, so have you sent out the email more than once? Plan to send it out in Spell Up Week next week for sure. Plan to send it out for Fundraiser Week. But right now, if you're not booked solid with as many shows as you want, start making those phone calls. Reward yourself for the activity, not just the accomplishment. Now, usually I say it the other way around, but this is the time of year when you're literally making customer service calls. So you may not get an order or a booking, but you're establishing a relationship. And come January, you will be amazed. You will have people who call up and say, I know I missed the sale, but I realized I do need some things now. Oh, here's another tip, by the way. When you're calling people about their orders, don't forget to say, listen, I would hate for you to find out after the sale's over that you were running low on your cleansing oil or on your scrub. Why don't I give you a second? Go and check your stock. That one little thing can make all the difference. And then, of course, when you are talking to them, say, is there anything else I can get for you? Be sure to never forget to suggest super sales. I know you don't get paid on super sales and they don't count for the hostess, but you will not have the incredible income that you could be making next year when we do our special flyers on the platinum and the super sale items if you haven't been selling super sale items. So it's very important that you don't just say, is there anything else you want to get, but that you're entitled to 2 super sales or you're entitled to 3 super sales. My suggestions are, and then let them decide for themselves. Just because somebody said, okay, that's it, I'm finished, doesn't mean she's not going to buy super sales. Remember at the monthly meeting we talked about don't stop her from buying just because she has spent more money than you would have. You want people to be getting the super sale items because that's going to build your 5th source of income. But there's another reason, and a much more unselfish reason, and that is that your customers want to know that they get the best possible deal from you. So if they find out as they go around doing business with people, and there's another beauty consultant out there, and they find out that they could have been getting super sales all along, but that you didn't offer them, they're not going to feel that you've been operating with integrity. So always do the right thing, and the right thing will come back to you every single time. You know, December's an interesting month for shows and for non-shows, and to see who's going to be queen. Many of our consultants will take a few weeks off for Christmas. So those of you that really work, and go for some higher level of recognition in the month of December. As you're finishing off November, remember your orders have to be entered by midnight, November 30th, and they have to be authorized. In other words, if the credit card came up and there was something wrong with it, that means it didn't go through for November and it won't go through for November. So you want to be watching for your table picks. $1,000 is 1 pick, $2,500 is 2 picks, $4,000 is 3 picks, $6,000 is 4 picks, $8,000 is 5 picks. Check your totals. But if your authorizations are not done, then you won't be able to count them. So look in this email for the instructions from Anne Marie to make sure that you're authorizing all of your orders as well. We have a lot of great things coming up in the new year and a lot of great plans. And I'm just so proud of each and every one of you and everything that we've been doing so far. The recruiting has been tremendous. And I want you to understand that you have an opportunity here in Alouette to build the business you want. There is nothing that anybody's doing that you can't do. You can learn. As a matter of fact, when I'm finished with this, I'm heading down the street to see my nephew, and he's going to show me how to use the wingdings and the dingbats that are on my computer. So it's always important to learn something new. Whose show are you going to view this week? What manager are you going to talk to? I know some of the girls have been talking to Patricia Felice about her words for customer service, and it's really helping them. I always find that the most successful people love to help people that are going to take action. And if you want to be in that group of successful people for 2011, then start doing what they do and hanging around with them. So, last couple days of November, can't wait. Thanks for everything you're doing. Bye-bye.